First of all, what is pre-owned luxury? It is branded, amazing pieces that have longevity in life. So you're not just buying something to wear it 2 or 3 times and throw it away. It's something that has value.
And resale value, intrinsic value, long years in the industry, and something that if they bring it in, and they don't put it on a scale and say, oh, this is what your piece is worth.
Exactly. My first Hermes piece I bought in 1992. Who was even born in 1992? But I'm still wearing it. And if I wanted to sell it, because it's Hermes, I could even maybe sell it for more than I paid for it. But that's not always the case.
Not always the case. But it's strange too on Rolexes, because Rolexes are a big pre-owned piece. Rolex watches that I sold 10 years ago, retail, people are bringing them back in now and they're worth sometimes double what they brought 10 years ago because the market has evolved and changed and people want quality pieces that have value, that are going to last for a lifetime. And that's the strange thing about buying, or the good thing about buying pre-owned luxury.
Something like a Chanel bag, they go up in price almost every year.
Show the double flap. This is crazy.
This was created in February of 1955, and it's still something that people wear today.
When you look at pre-owned luxury, you got to make sure it's real. So we guarantee everything here. Every one of these bags has a serial number or a reference point we work at. We look at the quality of how the bag is made. We look at the hardware. We open it up. We look at all the stitching. We look at the zippers, everything about it. We look at it at first that we think the bag is real, and then we have to decide we have to look that it's counterfeit and then prove to ourselves why it's real. So you go through step-by-step process on our handbags. Same with our watches. We look at the watch. I don't trust anybody anymore, and unfortunately that's just how the world is we live in.
Except me.
Yes, you, yes, and all of your family too, because they're the greatest family. Shout out to the family. So the watch, I look at it, I see how the crown works. I look at the way it's finished. I feel if it's sharp or if it feels really well made. Then I'll see, does the date change? I'll look at serial numbers. I'll look at model numbers. On gold watches, I make sure it's gold because lots of times it's not marked gold. And Rolex, everything is always marked. And there's no such thing as a second or a flawed watch. If it came from Rolex, it's perfect. The only thing that can ever have wrong with it, if it has wear.
And a big part of you buying is knowing who you're buying from. Same for us. We have to analyze who walks in the store to sell to us. And we are not a consignment store. We actually own everything. So we make it a very big priority. If we're going to put our money into something like this, a $10,000 bag, we need to know that it's real.
Right, and we track everything we buy and everything we sell for a lifetime. All the watches have serial numbers. The Birkins, the Chanels all have serial numbers. So we can back up the bus if there is a chance that something is wrong, but we guarantee for life that everything we sell is authentic.
And it's so important for you to know who you're buying from. And make sure it's somebody that you can reach if you need to get back to them. And they're not just on eBay and running away. Look at this Louis Vuitton bag. We're selling it at virtually half of what retail would be. Sometimes it's not always that big of a discount, and sometimes things even go for over retail.
Yeah, when there's limited editions and stuff like that, but we want the bags to be Gucci bags, not Fucci bags, and Rolexes, not Rolodexes, and Cartiers, not Carters. We want to make sure everything is correct, or Tiffany, not Tiffoni, to name a few.
Exactly, and we see that with the Cartier Love bracelets. They are pieces that are made and copied quite a bit.
Oh,
and
unbelievable
it's not
copies.
just the value of the gold, but it's the value of the piece and the brand that goes with it. And that's a big part of buying branded jewelry and the value that you have for years to come.
And every one of these that we look at, we take it apart. Even the non-original or counterfeit ones have serial numbers, but we go through it, and we have the luxury that we have 10 or 20 or 30 pieces in stock so we can compare an apple to an apple, not just blindly having none in stock and just say, oh, it looks real. We guarantee everything, and you have to be a detective on everything you do.
And another thing is you're buying local. When you're buying from China, how do you know when you're going to get it? And how do you know who the seller is? So keep it in mind. Make sure that you use good reasoning ability in your sourcing, and make sure you work with somebody you trust to buy
Pre-owned luxury.